Hello there. Thursdays at 2. Kind of. How you doing today?
My second pick was actually Thursdays at 2:09.
Yeah, indeed. So just by serendipity doodah, I filled the bill. So I'm glad I was able to do that for you.
That's so great. Great to see you. Are you in a truck?
Yes, I am. I'm in a moving truck. I have gathered all of my possessions from Massachusetts and am now relocating them first to Austin, Texas, and then stabbing westward. Yes.
That's so cool. And did you get a chance to go to the
massive
beach?
Adventure? No. Just a crazy week that just didn't end. As moving goes, just this and that going wrong. And I thought I'd have time at the end, and it just ran out of time. It's awful that we didn't. So, yeah, just so many things to wrap up. But my landlords took possession of the house that I was staying in, and to be able to make room for themselves, they just took all of my stuff and kind of randomly packed it all over the place. So I had to kind of find all of my stuff first and recategorize all of it and repack it, and it's the same thing that I had to do with my stuff in the storage facility because of a similar situation. But it took a lot more time than I thought, and absolutely, Pearl was a saint, keeping me on track, keeping me sane, keeping me fed, and just being a rock of support. So
that's great.
Just wonderful.
That's great. Did you go any place in Boston that was fun?
Not at all. We didn't no Boston. We went straight to my place in Plymouth and packed up my life for 6 days and then left. And seriously, it's what it was, and it took about that amount of time, and it's just it is really too bad, but we both plan on getting back here real soon. I said goodbye to my family today and last night. That was also kind of a big deal, and leaving the region and leaving them behind for a time was really, really hard. And I hope to be able to catch a flight back here so that we can spend a week and do it up without having to move. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's moving has got to be the worst. It's horrible. But
yeah, it is definitely one of the worst.
did you get so you didn't even go in Boston then? You didn't get to see Cubs or nothing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Didn't. Yeah, not a single extra hour. The first night, we gave ourselves an evening and went out and didn't work for the first night, but that was it. That was the freedom that was allotted, and I really, to be able to do all of that stuff, I needed another week, and I just didn't have it. My landlords gave me a week to move out since I had overstayed my welcome, basically. So gave me a week, and so that's the time that I had, and it was just enough, barely. Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll the Laura FM tour can go there.
Oh man, I mean, if it can be extended, or there's another leg where we do East Coast, or do the towns along 70 and 90. So Detroit, Chicago, whatever town we would want to do, or multiple in Ohio. I vote Cleveland. New York City, Philly, Pittsburgh, all those markets. So if we did all of that, yeah, Boston would be a good one. And I have a couple places that I would like us to do. Club.
How long does it take you to get home from where you are right now, to Austin?
Oh, it's going to take us another 3 days, I think. So yeah, we're going to stop somewhere in New York, and then we're gonna stay with some friends of Leslie's, and then it's, I think, another couple days. So I will probably be back the 12th, something like that. You know, because since I'm dragging this truck.
Are you flying to LA to start the tour, or are you driving to LA?
Good question. Not sure. Not sure as of right now which way that's going to go. You know, so I was trying to wait out until like insurance kicked out for this total car, and I've got my eye on a few in Austin, but I mean, buying a car on such short notice is it's a really bad idea. So perhaps for this one, I'm going to be flying in and out, and hopefully picking up a vehicle along the way, because I think we're going to need a scout vehicle on top of Laura's van for fun.
Yeah. Well, that's your life this last month has got me tired.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's a bit. It's a lot. It's. I am beyond. Yeah, I've lost parts of my mind. I'm grasping at words. I'm trying to remain a human being, and yeah, it is. It's a whole heck of a lot, and I'm gonna get like a couple days to turn it around in Austin and rest, and then I'm back out for who knows how long. So. Yeah, it's a whole heck of a lot, but it's generally, I do better when I have stuff to do, so I think a lot of us do, so yeah, I'm definitely not, I'm not complaining. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be great to see all of you again.
Yeah, I didn't even know when the gig was at the Viper Room until like a day ago. And that's my birthday weekend, so I'm seeing Alice Cooper at Orange County on my birthday, and then I'm going down to see my buddies in Carlsbad. So I'll be 110 miles away from the Viper Room, but I'll be there in spirit. And but I mean, I know you guys will play there a million times because that's where you live. So I mean, that's the home base. So I know there'll be more gigs there.
Yeah, we might.
If I was missing a gig in Boise, Idaho, I'd be like depressed, if that's because you only get one shot.
Right.
But the Viper Room, indeed. I'm sure there'll be more shows,
Oh yeah, there will, and like, yeah, I mean, your birthday weekend, you had the plans, you're gonna do it. I mean, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper and all. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Carlsbad, absolutely. Heck yeah. Those are good shows.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet. I'm really happy. I didn't, like I said, I was like, I never heard anything about when the shows were. I thought they were off a little ways, but it's here. So, I'll miss one.
Yeah, it's here already. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Is Surge going on the road with you guys?
Unclear. I don't know what the announcement is on that. I'm sure for some of them, but I'm not sure what Surge's availability is. And I think Laura's been gathering all of the troops since I've been moving. I haven't been as abreast of the situation, and so that nice reminder. I should circle back with all the people. Hey, Laura's in here. Good to see ya.
Well, you never know.
We were just talking about the tour.
You might be playing guitar also.
I can do that. I can definitely do that. I've got a Strat with me with a floating bridge, so I can do all the 80s squealy dive bomb trick things, and yeah, no, I'm ready. I could do that.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And I think you're really lucky too, though, that Pearl's with you, because I know if
Oh.
left to my own devices in a situation like yours, I might have bought a couple cigars and a pint of Jack and just called it good. And
right, yeah, you're right. That could have been one of the ways it could have gone. Yeah. Once you don't think you can catch up, it's like, oh, fuck it. Yeah, that's right. And there were a number of times where I was just throwing up my hands like, this can't be done, this is impossible, not enough hours in the day. And I mean, I was like a few hours late getting out of the place for what they wanted, not that bad. So
nice.
is a little over the line, but they were understanding. It was lucky enough that this last rental, the best landlords that I've ever had. So
is that the big U-Haul or the medium, like little box truck one?
It's the littlest box truck that they have. It's the 10. It's the 10 foot, and they don't allow you to do vans cross country. They were just allowing the vans to be in town, and I would have filled that van to the absolute brim. This 10 foot is about, I don't know, 2/3 full, I think.
Oh, that's good.
Like it's flat packed about 2/3 to the ceiling.
Did you get your important stuff though, like pictures and all that kind of shit? Like, did you get the really important stuff?
I got a bunch of the pictures. I got a bunch of my memories, my music. The main thing that I was looking to get is my gear. So, all my stuff. And so I'm trying to guard this truck as much as possible because it's a whole lot I've put in one basket.
Just for the community, so the community can get some sleep. Can you buy a really big, pissed off lock that shocks the shit out of people if they look at it?
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, the best I've done is this. You know, it's just like a regular master, you know, like you would need like a large, like a 5-pound sledge and a chisel with that one. You know, I tried to go for the one that you couldn't just break off with a framing hammer, you know? So, but yeah. Oh, right. No.
I remember I bought a really brutal lock, and I locked up my bike, and I couldn't find the key to the stupid thing after a night of drinking, and my buddy came over with his saw thing, you know, the little round group.
All right.
And I thought, no chance is that going to work. He just went, and it broke off. I was like, oh shit.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, like there's those, and you know, different kinds of saws, and those like diamond cords, right? Just like basically like highly condensed and hardened, you know, frickin', you know, carbon, which is diamond, little diamond flecks in like a garrote wire, right? With like two handles that you could take around like a lock and just and it'll come right off. But I don't know.
I guess I wish the stuff would like attack the burglar, like it would shock the shit out of him. That would be awesome.
Oh right, yeah,
you know?
Yeah, indeed, yeah. Once it's broken, but yeah, it'd have to be pretty fail-safe so that you know you didn't shock yourself, or you just have like a sticky lock, or you're angry at your lock or something. It won't open.
Yeah,
right.
Girl comes out of the restroom and you're on your ass because you shot the shit out of yourself.
Indeed. Yeah, and you know, given like the track record of stuff going right now, that's probably what would happen to me if I had one of those things. Murphy is really he's putting that law out there right now for me. Is just about everything. I mean, it always seems like that. Please.
I think you used up your bad luck real quick, which sucks. You know, it's never any fun. But you probably used it all up, so now you could be smooth sailing.
I'm very much looking forward to that. Yeah. Well, after the move, this feels so much better. I have a direction. It doesn't seem like an insurmountable task of having to make a million decisions, little decisions. Oh, this goes in this box, and this, and this, and this, and by the end of it, I don't have a brain. So,
you did really well. You did well, because that's a lot you had on your mind and all this shit. When you have a million things you have to do, it's really, really tough. And, if you're going to marry that with 107-degree protesting, holy shit, that's a hell of a load.
You bet.
Okay, so do you want to get our first A+ superstar?
Sure, if you like. I just wanted to know how things are going with you in sunny California.
I sort of took it easy because I went out 2 times last week, and I had a headache for 2 days after I had a headache for 3 weeks, and I just said, you know what, I can't do this shit. So I'm sick of it. So I'm going to wait till it's in the 80s, whatever, 89 or something, and I'll go full force. But my
something
plan is,
survivable.
I'm really excited, though, because my plan is, after I really put up stuff everywhere, I'm going to do every poll around these 3 colleges, right? And I'll tackle one every week, and I'll put 15 flyers on every poll. I mean, totally overboard, and I'll chalk the shit out of I'll chalk the shit out of it. So when the 3,000 kids come out, because when school starts, there's a line of kids walking, kids 21 or whatever, you know what I mean, but college kids, and they'll be walking, and I'm going to have a table, and I'm going to, talk to a cult survivor, and these kids are inquisitive anyway, right? That's what they spend. That's what they're doing. And who wouldn't want to talk and plus they're seeing all this stuff everywhere.
Right.
They're going to say, yeah, what the hell is that? And so I'm going to hit them direct. And I think I'm going to be able to do some good. And I'm going to do that at all 3 of the colleges. And I'll have some guests with me, anyone who wants to come. I know Davey's going to do it with me. Because it is good to have 2 people, because I know from working trade shows for 12 years, like if you're the only one in a booth, it really sucks, because, you're talking to these 2 people, but these people are trying to listen and they can't get a question in and they don't know what this shit is. If there's someone else there that can give them stuff to read, they can talk to them, they can, it's just much better with an extra person. It's hard to do by yourself, but I'm going to do it regardless. And, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm just going to bide my time and keep doing what I'm doing otherwise. But thanks for asking. And I'm feeling good about it.
Of course, man.
I think we're in a really good spot. And I love my one-on-one is coming again tomorrow, where we get to meet the chatters.
Hell yeah.
And the people that fight alongside us every day, but that we know nothing about, And it's really weird for me because, I've never had people that I really care about but know nothing about. It's really weird.
Indeed.
So this is going to be wonderful, and like it was,
but it's a great
last week.
Idea that an extension.
Yeah. It's just a half hour fluff.
That was.
We're not going to go.
What a great pick as well.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and we're not going to go anywhere tough. It's just going to be fluff and fun, and from the heaviest question anyone's going to hear is, "What's your favorite color?" And we're just going to have some laughs and learn about people and enjoy each other's company. And this way people can put a face to that name. And I think it's going to help the empathy and the camaraderie, the friendship. I think all of it's going to blossom because of it. So we have really good people that help us. And I want to put some spotlight on them, because without them, we're fucked. So,
You bet. Yeah. They're the people that have our back. It makes it like any of this stuff at all safe. Since we're doing these protests without any numbers on the street, nobody to watch your back, those are the people that have our back. Yeah. So absolutely they need to be celebrated. because they're an essential part of what we're doing. Absolutely.
Totally.
Can't be done without it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
it's such
I'm
a
really
great idea.
excited.
You're really trying to spread the forward.
You locked up there. I couldn't hear you.
Oh no. What has happened? Oh man. Wow. Going all crazy.
It looks like he ate some hot sauce. Oh no. Come back. I should have dropped a link. Now we learn, okay? I should have actually went to StreamYard and dropped another link. So if anything happens storm-wise, but we'll learn. But just so the audience knows, I don't have any way of bringing up our guests. So we're going to wait a second here until he can get back on because he's in a big storm. And then we're going to bring on our first superstar. We got some A+ guests this week. Nothing but the A-list for this show. Oh Lord. This is when I need to have something cool in the pocket, like if I could burp the alphabet or something, this would be a great time to do it, but I never learned how to do that. If I knew how to make fart noises or, but I don't really have anything. Oh boy. Give it a minute, guys. Yep. If this doesn't come on here in the next minute, I wonder, it might not be a bad idea for me to just drop another link so we can move forward, I guess. Yep. Okay. Do. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Okay. Welcome back.
Jeez. Yeah, so I just lost total connection.
It's okay. I just kept the show going with my breakdancing prowess.
Nice. Fan-freaking-tastic. All right. It looks like we're back, so... Woo! Without further ado, I think at that, it would be... Let's see. Oh, wow. I've got to... See, I'm using Pearl's phone here as a hotspot. All right. So without further ado, I think we can bring on Fluffer Squirrel UK.
All right.
And here we go! Welcome, Fluffer!
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for your patience. We were a little late, and I know your bedtime is coming fast. So
Yes.
We won't hold you, but I was really glad to hear you were booked for this, because there's actually been a ton of stuff I wanted to ask you anyway that never really get a chance because you're too busy painting or pondering. But
that sounds pretty great, though.
Could you explain to me, because I've watched now many hours, but I just don't understand what's going on, even though I appreciate it and love it. What is this neurographic thing? Because I love saying it, it makes me sound smart, but what is it?
Neurographic art is a form of therapy. So it's a bona fide form of therapy. It's been studied and peer reviewed and all of the double-blind goodness that you want in a study. So basically, what you do is you start off doing some lines with a pencil, the lines with a pencil, and you do it counterintuitive. So you're meant to, instead of having the satisfactory feeling, go against what you want. So if you want to start at the bottom and go up in a big swoop, you don't. You start going down, and then if you want to go down and up, you go up and then across. So you just go any other way. So you end up with sort of, okay, let me get an example. Because you can do an art style. So this is neurographic art style. This is Bob, A Girl's cat.
I love that one.
He's been a bit poorly, so we can all send Bob some good energy. So this is just an art style.
Okay.
But if you're doing the actual therapy, then I don't think I have any examples in this one.
Wow, Bob, wow.
Sorry. Okay. Hopefully there's one in this one. Oh, here we go. There we go. This is a lot more random. So, you just sort of have at it.
Yes.
And afterwards you go and where all of the lines meet, where there's a sharp cross, you take the edge off. So you round all of where they meet.
Oh,
and,
I see. Yeah.
When you do that, it's the mirror neurons in your brain recognize that, and they find it a relaxing pattern. I think there's similar things in nature when you look at the pattern of a leaf or a tree. There's something that's calming and relaxing in the brain. So it's the same principle of that, but it's a bit easier to see on this one.
Nice.
And it's so wherever the two lines meet, you just round that off, and that's the therapeutic part. And then you can color before, color after, but
right.
Yeah, I say you have to try it. I do it no justice.
So do you do sometimes like so for color? Because I'd usually do the lines before. I've done stuff like this, but have you ever done just like a kind of a weird color wash and then tried to do the nodes and the lines after? Because I've never done that.
Yeah, I've done it. I actually tried doing. I think I've tried doing 3 different pieces for you, Selfless.
Wow.
The second piece, I tried doing that, and I used watercolor and salt. So when you add salt, you get these really funky patterns. I have so many notepads on the go. So yeah, I did the background first. So here's when I did the background first, and it's backwards. I swear, I'm not drunk. I don't drink.
No.
StreamYard's messing me up. There we go.
Yeah, I love it.
So I did the background first there, and then the lines after. This is when I haven't finished, so you'll see the difference between where I've taken the edge off and then where I haven't done yet.
I see.
And what I've done here is you draw circles, and you will have sort of a positive or a negative energy that you want to get out. You'll think of a thought, and then in these circles is where you'll scribble out that energy. So there's a more fluid lines, and then in these circles there's more sort of erratic energy. I was feeling that day, I guess.
All right.
So yeah, this should look a lot more pleasant to your brain than this.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Do you ever take your eyes off of the page when you're doing this and just try to do it by feel?
Oh, here's another one. Yeah, sometimes I do that. I like doing it with my left hand.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes if you're, this one looks like an avocado. This is what I see in it. Everyone sees something different.
Yeah.
I see avocados. And I say for people who say I really can't even bring myself, I find it so silly, get yourself some marbles. You just put the marble on the page and follow it around with the pencil.
Okay.
And you can't go wrong. It's so freeing. It's so easy to do. Say if you wanted to do a pet portrait, we've got Foxy, who I'm not quite finished here. You just take a screenshot, put it on the TV, get some tracing paper or normal paper, so you can turn the brightness up, put that picture down, and then do the lines afterwards, and then just have at it with the colour.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's really foxy. Yeah.
I tried to pull the essence of I need to do the eyes. She does have eyes, they're just not drawn in yet.
Yeah.
I saw in one of your older streams maybe, but it showed a wall that had like a lot of your paintings, and I don't see it on the same, and I think it's a different room maybe or something, but have you ever painted your pets?
Yes, I've actually got, I think every wall. I've got my living room wall, up my stairs, even the doors. I ran out of canvases and I was like, the doors are there doing nothing. Here you come. And I started on the doors as well. So yeah, everything's covered. But I'm just carpeting, or just having the rest of the upstairs carpeted. So I have all the rooms in my room at the minute, so you can't see anything on the back wall. But I do have it back there still.
I would love to see the paintings of your dogs and ferret. For anyone who doesn't know, Fluffer has a ferret, which is the absolute coolest thing ever. I desperately want one, and I don't know if I would even. I don't know what they eat. I know nothing about them. I just love them. But
they're obligate carnivores, so they like to eat raw meat. But they need to eat raw meat and then some egg. They come in pairs, and once one passes, the other one will likely pass with a broken heart, and it's the saddest thing. They will steal your heart. There's so much joy, but don't take on a ferret. They can have a lot of problems, especially if they're fed the wrong thing. If there's like you go to the shelters, that's amazing. Go and have some fun and give them some fuss and stuff like that. But it's a really serious commitment to have ferrets. They bond. They really bond with you.
Yes.
Did you guys know that otters, I just found this out this morning, otters cry.
Yeah.
Full-blown tears, the same as us. It is the craziest shit. Wow.
They are so social. And a wide range of emotions. Absolutely. Otters are brilliant.
I had no clue. I want an otter too. I want an otter and a ferret.
Yeah, I've seen ferrets be, kind of a handful at times for people, and it takes, I think, I've seen pet owners with a lot of patience and understanding do very well with them. But if you don't, like you're saying, if you don't know what you're doing, it can be crazy.
Yeah, I grew up on a farm, so I have experience with all of the animals and a lot of patience.
Oh yeah,
and experience chasing animals as well.
Can you walk a ferret? Like, can you walk your dogs and the ferret?
Yeah, they have a little harness and a lead. Some of them like it, some of them don't. If they don't, I wouldn't advise it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But they're like nice to other. I mean, obviously they're nice to your dogs, but are they nice to other dogs? Maybe not. Yeah, I've had 6, so some are sociable and some like to be out on the lead, and some don't, and some like
to jump over the dogs, and some of them are like, leave me alone, please.
Yeah.
Are they solo, or like at night do they come like a cat and come sleep with you and cuddle up, or are they just on their own?
Yeah, I mean, I've had one who would like come and try and groom me and like lick in between my locks and try and make sure my eyelashes were clean and stick its little nose in my ear if I'd let him. I wouldn't let him, but it'd try. And then another one who just occasionally he'd just bite your face for no reason and then just hang on. So you just have this ferret. Just like,
Okay, where were you on? Like, just over there? On the other side? Okay, thanks. All right, I'm gonna have to put you down for a second. I've been told to move, so I'm not even gonna be looking. Talk amongst yourselves.
And I watched on some of Helicopter's streams recently, like the last month. She was walking along this really pretty I don't know if they call it a river or something. Canal. And there's like these cute little homes on it that are just super cute. When you go walk your dogs, is it like that? Where, like, I don't know. I've always wanted to know, like, what you see when you go outside. Like, is it? I only see out the window just like a treetop. Like, is it big buildings? Is it apartments? Is it? Are you in the country? Like, where are you?
So I'm sort of in between city and the countryside. So I'm in a town. So I could do sort of a 10-minute drive one way and be in the middle of the town on the high street, or I could do 10 minutes the other way and see nothing but fields and horses and sheep and stuff.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Are you anywhere near Manchester? No,
the closest to me would be Birmingham.
Yeah, Birmingham, all right, yeah. Birmingham. Yeah. Birmingham. Yeah. I mean, it's been a second since I've been there, but yeah, interesting town, really weird audiences, but still fun in their own way. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to remember Jimmy Carr's like way to do the Birmingham accent, because he has these key phrases to be able to do the different regional ones. Yeah, it seemed like Jimmy Carr learned. You know the stand-up comedian who like hosts every show on the BBC, right? His one for Wales is, "Whose coat is this jacket?" Whose coat is this jacket? Yeah, whose coat? Yeah, man. Birmingham, love it.
Is it like only 2 weeks of like good weather all year and then it's cold, or how does it work there?
Yeah, it's been weird. Like, there's been the odd heat waves and then just rain, wind.
Oh, okay. And do you ever do any like art projects that you don't share with us, that are just like stuff that you just do for yourself but you don't let anyone see, or does that even happen?
Yeah, I've just finished doing my stairs. I know a few people want to see, so I'll probably upload a picture of my stairs. I had a few bad pain days and I couldn't get out of bed and I was bored, so I was like, I'm gonna paint these bits of wood and stick them in my stairs. So I did that.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice. Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I know you haven't been feeling well, so I hope you get better soon.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but I also wish you well.
I've got trigeminal neuralgia. It's what Liz Ferris suffers from. It's disgusting. I did send her a message. I'm not sure if she's seen, about the medication I'm on at the minute, and it works really, really well. Oxcarbazepine.
Well, all right. Okay.
And I did this for Liz, for what it's worth. Just a little.
That's
Pokeball
beautiful.
heart.
Love it. Yeah, with all of the energy zapping off of it.
Yeah.
That's neat.
So yeah, that is something I will sort of talk about in between the anti-Scientology stuff. Is I would like to raise awareness for trigeminal neuralgia. October's the Trigeminal Neuralgia Month, Awareness Month here in the UK.
All right.
I'm not sure about the US, but I think it's something that a lot of Scientologists have been misdiagnosed with Lyme disease. So I'm not saying I think a lot of Scientologists have it. I think a lot of Scientologists who have been misdiagnosed with Lyme disease may have trigeminal neuralgia, because it's something that can be brought on by acute stress and PTSD and CPTSD and all of the not fun stuff that can come with being raised in a cult, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and having your neurology completely messed with in developmental stages. That sounds like a real battle, but I have to say, it seems to me that you put a very brave face on it for something that is, like, I understand to be extremely difficult to manage.
I picked a hobby before this, so I had a good 5-6 years of just being punched in the face many times as a hobby.
Yeah.
So
all right.
my pain threshold's pretty high up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah, I think Liz reports the same thing, and I completely believe both of you on that. So yeah.
Well, one thing I learned a long time ago is if a woman says something hurts, it hurts like hell. Because like a man will complain about an ingrown toenail, a woman won't tell her friend she's got 2 broken ribs, you know, and it's like a whole other level.
I've seen it. It's crazy. Absolutely. Yeah,
So,
yeah, women's physical bravery definitely blows me away oftentimes. So
I think I will give Crazy Livers Love that. I think she's got 8 children. She can have the Wonder Woman title of this stream. 100%.
Whoa, yeah,
graciously bow out to Crazy Livers Love there.
That is a lot of management of affairs. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for everything you do, and thank you for being a wonderful friend to me and many other people. And I can't be happier to know you and to call you a friend. And everything you've done for this movement is just amazing. And
absolutely,
continue being awesome. That's all.
Yes, same here. I look very much forward to seeing your future efforts in this space, and your continued advocacy, not just for the victims of Scientology, but it seems like you lift all of us up, and you're here to catch so many of us if we're, having a tough time, or, whatever's going on. You just seem pretty universally supportive, and I appreciate that just so much. And because we need so to keep anything like this together, we need people like you who are pretty much unflappable and just so positive. So thank you.
Thank you. I just want people to know that if people feel seen and heard, they'll keep showing up and speaking out, and we all have the power to do that. And I've been, I'm someone with chronic pain, and I feel so empowered, and being able to vicariously protest and fight this cult through you and everyone else who's out there. Thank you so much. It's reciprocated.
All right.
Could I do a real cheeky, quick ask?
Yeah.
I think so.
If anybody has any resources that could help anybody trying to leave a cult, or any sort of abusive high control group, or to stop anyone going in if someone's lonely, and you know about any groups, walking groups, community meals, places where people help people get their ID, anything like that, if you could send it to send it to submit@sptv.space. We've got it here. This is Kellycopter merch.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
It's safe to talk, sptv.space. You can go to sptv.space and click on, there's a submit button at the top of that as well. If you have any resources that could help anybody, we'd be so grateful to have them, and Bridget will go through all of them. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Z News. Thank you, everybody.
Fantastic.
That's beautiful. I need to get one of those shirts too.
Sure.
This is Kellycopter. If you go to Kellycopter's, the golden age of reality. It's a cult.
It sure is.
That's really nice.
No more kids in Scientology.
Yes.
That's so nice. I gotta get one of those.
It's brilliant. I love it.
Well, thanks again for being here, and thanks for staying up with us.
Oh.
I know it was ridiculously late, and I
Thank you
can't
so
be
much.
happier that you hung in there.
Thank
Same
you
here.
all. Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll see you soon.
Bye bye.
Oh, wow,
Bye now.
bye. Do we have to say goodbye? Oh, that was amazing. Ah, Fluffer is amazing. All the work that's
Yeah.
done, and it's like SPTV.space has been such a valuable resource for all of this time. Just, it represents so much effort.
Something heavy that just hit me while I was looking at the both of you talking for a second.
Yeah.
You two are what made it possible for me to do this. You know what I mean? Because obviously I never would have come back if it wasn't for you. But he took me by the fucking shirt, you know, and was like, this is how we're gonna do this. This is how you do it. Like I didn't have a clue, nothing. And
Yeah.
he was like, he basically just looked after me, made sure I knew what I needed to know, and just really took care of my ass for the first month, like solid, and made sure everything was right with me. And I mean, I cannot even come close to repaying that, but it's great to have friends like that. And
Beautiful.
it's just, and you see how, I mean, everyone knows how amazing she is. It's just, you know, her and Xenus and Bridget are insane. I mean, the work they put in is just incredible.
It's so much heart, so much positivity, and acting, building, and building things that are launching pads for so many other people, and so just helping all of us, giving like a structure to very many things. And yeah, I don't know if you could have asked for a better guide into this world. You got an amazing luck of the draw.
Yeah, and she still does it too. Like I'll go into a room and where there's two people and I'm one of them, and she's the fucking mom.
Yep.
You know, and I'm like, I love it, man, because it just doesn't stop with her, you know.
No.
It's like she's just going to keep helping, and I know that's how she also heals herself too, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know where there's 1 minute left in her day. I mean, she still has a life. She's got 3-4 animals. She's got a lot in all of her own things to deal with, but yet she's 18 hours a day for everyone else. So can't be any more proud of her. So we have one more A-list guest.
Oh yeah. Bringing to the stage all the way from Utah. Crazy Love is Love. Welcome.
Yay.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, good to meet and speak here on this stream.
Yes.
Definitely been admiring your work from afar.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, well, yeah.
Did you know she has 8 kids?
I've just heard that. Now I know.
Yep.
I can't imagine. Yeah. You've almost got one side of a baseball team.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
I can borrow somebody else's.
Right.
She brings her own baseball squad.
And it's just incredible. You've got that, and you still find the time not only to do the protest, but all of this other research and follow-up. It's amazing.
Yes. Yep. I have a lot of stuff going on right now towards the Scientology work in Utah. If we can stop one at a time, then I'll work on the Utah one.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're doing a wonderful job. And I mean, are there very many other people in the community that you can rely on, other protesters that show up to that org or anything?
There is one protester, she works a lot.
Yeah.
And so she can normally only come out on the weekends.
Right.
B-ball chick. She's pretty awesome.
Right.
But she's opposite of me. Like, she's really soft and tender, and I just have that like DOA girl snappy fuck, you're cold. You know, like, if you're not gonna listen to me, then get under there, you know? So, that's kind of me. I made up a lot of chants. I don't like them, but that's what I'm headed for.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have an ex-Scientologist. She does not stream, but she goes out there at least 4 or 5 times a week and
Wow.
just puts up a sign and gets some hunks. So.
That is great, though. I mean, that and a really good start, I would think. I was wondering, do you think it's harder to do this kind of work in Utah?
If I was protesting a different cult, then yes.
Yes, okay. So, I mean, just the general religiosity of the area and their protection of, like, religious groups, you know?
So, the area, I don't think Scientology thought this out, and, you know, a whole lot, but the area that their building is located in is actually a very, like, diverse area. There's a lot of LGBTQ up there, but for the most part, I have gotten pretty good responses from all of the neighbors, even to the point where they're bringing me out drinks and stuff because they see me there.
Beautiful. So you're winning over the community around the org.
Yes, I'm not afraid to stand up and ask somebody, hey, what do you think about this? Hey,
right.
Come out here anytime. Anytime you see me, just stop by and say hi, or, you know, whatever else. So.
Brilliant.
But I've got a whole pile of their calls on me.
What is that?
Fantastic.
So these are called CAD copies. So in each of these papers, they're front and back. This is how many times Scientology has called the cops on me.
Congratulations. You must be doing something right.
I am doing something very right.
Yes.
And so I've turned these CAD copies. I have more to go pick up, by the way. I still have a month and a half more to go pick up from the police department.
Jeez.
But these are only about the end of April to the 1st of June. So
yeah. I you know, you've just inspired me. I've got to do the same thing, at least for Austin, and they have been partially responsive to stuff like this. There have been so many days that they've called the cops on us in the fire department. It would be good to have these records. So thanks for that.
This is where I started. Okay, they kept calling, and, you know, I thought, like, I pay my taxes and I'm paying these officers to come out here, but what are they doing? They're not paying their taxes.
Right.
Because I can't find their taxes online. Trust. We're still in that search because they have it under a different entity. So
yes.
I went and talked to a sergeant, and I asked the sergeant, hey, what can we do? They keep calling, and he goes, oh, it's only a couple calls, right? And I said, no. So he goes and looks, and he was like, well, you could file charges against them.
Yes.
And I said, oh, perfect. Let's do that. So I ended up sending 16 pages of CAD calls. And when I say pages, I mean, like, these are, these are all.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Geez, so in a list, so each one of those items is a call?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, so I sent 16 pages of calls, 7 live streams where they actually came out with timestamps. It all went to the detective last night. I should be hearing from the detective, and then I also wrote a letter to the prosecutor in how I feel as a public citizen being called on for my First Amendment speech and my civil rights.
Absolutely.
So, and tomorrow, going out into the mail, now that I've put the heat on the DA, is going to be the state representatives.
Fantastic.
There's a letter going to them, and next week I have an appointment with a journalist.
Fantastic. Yeah, I always thought if, some enterprising politician or district or state attorney who's trying to make their bones on something like this might, take some part or some person of the movement under their wing and, try to make some hay out of it, because it seems like everything that we're saying, if it was communicated to the wider public, that they'd react, since it's, Scientology represents this direct threat to children and the elderly, and you could make it on that basis. If somebody just figured out how good of an argument this might be for, I don't know, protecting your citizens, protecting your constituents from harm.
Well, and a lot of people ask me, like, what's the difference between a CAD call and, an incident number? So
right.
CAD calls are it's like their call log.
Yep.
They're free to most any, police departments. But if there is an actual incident where somebody is arrested or, there's an incident number, then there would be, that would be a completely different, you have to pay for those.
Yeah.
But these were free because
nice.
There's been no arrests. There's been nothing illegal.
Yes.
They really don't like my spray chalk because it's really hard to get off. They don't like my megaphone, but I did find out, which is crazy, is that Odo from LA called in to say one of the protesters was shooting fireworks. The cops weren't responding fast enough, so then he said that they seen a rifle. So then, when the cops got there and spoke to the complainant, which ended up being Sandra Lucas, she said, "Oh, I didn't see one." So you lied.
Yeah.
You lied. Documents right here.
Right.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. My last one, I got a similar message from the cop who asked me, it's bizarre, asked me if I had made any enemies in Los Angeles and if I knew somebody named Aiden, or I don't know if he misheard it, but it made me, when you said Odo made this call, I'm like, did they do my last weapons call in front of the org? Because the last one was, they called, some crazy person, marching up and down in front of the org with a shotgun. And so, yeah, Austin responds to that with, 6 officers and a lieutenant. And this is the first time they asked me if I had made any enemies, and they mentioned Los Angeles. So I wonder if Scientology headquarters back there, the mothership, called that one in.
Yeah. So, and what's funny is their names and the number that they called from are all on these catalogs. So I have all of their names and I have their phone numbers. And I need these. Research to reverse the phone number to find out where it stems from. So
right.
Odo in LA, your Sacramento number came back to the Bigfoot.
How are the cops in Salt Lake as far as, do you feel that they got paid off too? I've always wondered, does Scientology pay off every department or just LA? You know what I mean?
Just LA.
Oh, okay. So, the officers there, are they nice to everybody? And
yep.
Okay.
Wow.
They're very nice. They're extremely fair.
Great.
Honestly, if you're not doing anything, they're just like, hey, just keep going what you're doing.
I love that.
Some officers have even, mentioned, if I wasn't in this uniform, I'd be standing there with you. So.
Yeah, and that's most of what we've experienced in Austin as well. Is they don't want to be there. I mean, they're basically annoyed and embarrassed that they have to show up because they know it's bullshit. But especially for a weapons call, they have to show up, and they have to show up ready to respond with force.
Well, see, and that's the thing is, people are like, well, if they know it's a bogus call, why are they showing up? Because they were called. And
yeah, they have to.
And that's their duty.
Correct.
And some of these calls say, hey, drove by and protesters weren't doing anything. Some of the calls are like, hey,
just drove by.
And protesters were gone.
Yeah.
they don't always make. I didn't even realize how many times it was until
Right.
I see the caption.
Is the average person, because I only know the Salt Lake Airport, like I've literally traveled the country for a dozen years, but I've never seen anything in Salt Lake but the airport. So it's like I don't know anything about that area. Do they what does the average Salt Lake person think? Do they just think Scientology is just a bunch of fruit bats with crazy bullshit, but they're harmless, or do they think that they're up to no good? Or do you know what the sort of the vibe is with the Utah people, like when it comes to Scientology?
Yeah, so everybody that I've spoke to, I've spoke to city council members, they've all walked by, things like that. And Pearl, stop it! Get back to the cult.
Yes.
But a lot of the people that I've talked to, they're just like, they're just weirdos in a building. The building looks abandoned, whatever. Not a lot of people understand or know what actually goes on behind closed doors. And that's where my big ass mouth is ready to tell them, spew it out.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Well, it sounds like a good place to protest.
It's super peaceful. It's very peaceful until I get there.
Yeah. Funny how that goes. It's amazing. I mean, same thing in a lot of these orgs, seemingly just normal business, like Packard's Corner in Boston, Cubs champion just out there, and all of a sudden posters are illegal, chalk's illegal, all of this other, I can't, that really rattles me. And it also rattles me that I didn't get the opportunity to try to protest in Boston, but seemingly, yeah, it's business as usual until protesters show up, and then it's, the fire trucks and...
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, people drive by. We've had like all kinds of different types of people. Once just a couple say negative things, but we've had like city drivers honking at our sign.
Oh wow.
And I'm all about being very open and honest with my children. And
yes.
I have two of my little ones, and I've told them about Scientology and things like that. And some days they want to go out there, and some days they don't, and that's completely fine with me. But my son likes to go out there to get his honks for McDonald's.
Oh heck yeah! How many honks till McDonald's?
Well, he thinks one, but I told him like, give me 25 at least.
Nice. Nice. There you go. Yeah. Well, training them early.
My kids are out there. They have a different type of connection than I do. They've lost their dad. They don't get to see their dad. They can't, we just have to go to a headstone and talk to daddy in spirit.
Right.
And so the thing is they know what that feels like not to be able to talk to their parents. And that's where my daughter comes. She's very, very cute and loving, but that's where her connection is she wants these guys to be able to talk to their parents. And her biggest fans are Liz Ferris and Laura Emma.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
So,
those are great fans to have.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, but it's a beautiful org though. I mean, the area is beautiful. The org is like a piece of shit on the corner, but hey. Okay.
I've noticed that when I was on the freeway overpass by Celebrity Center with Dan and Mindy and Jen, all the garbage truck, like bar none, all were honking for us, and I thought that was really awesome. Like, who knows garbage better than a garbage man, right? Or a sanitation engineer.
and knows the value, and they know the value of work, what hard work really is. That is no easy job. So yeah, you get respect from those guys. I think you're doing something right.
I said to Dan, we got the garbage trucks and then the tour vans. They love us.
Oh yeah, tour buses, right on. Yeah, I would too if I was on tour and I saw that. I would go out of my way to make some noise.
Yeah, you know, I am in full-time school in criminal justice. I work full-time, you know, my kids and all that, but I never stop, you know, looking into more and more things that I can expose the cult with. Currently, I'm gaining a file for the FBI. I have 146 pages that are in a file. I'm going to put it on a drive and send it over to the FBI along with emails. The Labor Commission, the state representatives, all of that. They have some really dirty things in their tax documents that I've been looking into. It just never ends over here.
Yeah. Yeah, seemingly the tax documents attached to their nonprofits, I mean, they're like obviously fraudulent. Like when I started to look through that stuff, I couldn't believe that they hadn't been raked over the coals for it yet.
Well, between me and my source, the person that helps, you know, gather information with me, we have found about 1,000 entities, and we have found their process of laundering money between each entity and like how it goes.
That's huge.
We only know one line. There's still a whole new line like in LA that they do. We haven't gotten to that one yet. We're still working on the line here. But
that's
it's
huge.
Because I pointed out in their garage, they had a bunch of boxes here. Okay. Everybody's like, what's those boxes? And I said, oh, that's their pamphlets. You know, that's their pamphlets and CDs and all that. That's what Bridge Publications does. So Bridge Publications prints all of this off. Then they say, oh, hey, we're going to donate this to Scientology. Then Scientology says, oh, we're going to donate to the Way to Happiness and Narcanon and Criminon and everything else. And everybody is getting tax deductions on the same bunch. So that's how they're...
Oh, so they're double and triple and quadruple dipping.
Yes.
Oh man, that is serious and obvious to prove.
And I have the proof.
That's fantastic.
So, magically, these boxes are gone one day, and I'm like, oh, he must have sent them off to the next person. So, and then they buy their buildings, and then they depreciate the value by 85%.
Yes.
When they only own it for a year. Scientology will only own it in their name for a year. Then the next entity will buy it, depreciate it, and then they'll send it off. And the entities can be a Scientologist owned or a Scientologist entity. So right now, the Boyer Company is the one that owns this one, and the Boyer Company is ran by Sandra Lucas. Oh, she's the one that called the cops on me too.
Oh man. Yeah. What a nasty little web they weave.
Yep. And I'm catching up to it all. We found it all. Everything. We have a whole ass pile of it's going in.
I mean, that sounds kind of similar to the work that you've done in the Austin Org, Pearl. Absolutely. Yep. That sounds similar to the investigative work, trying to find their businesses, trying to find what they're connected to, how they're connected to things in the community, and how they're messing up left, right, and center.
A lot of people are like, why are you sending it into the Labor Commission? Well, because they're paying these people, but they're not putting them on their taxes. So why don't they have workman's comp? Because after 10 employees, you have to have workman's comp insurance. They don't have workman's comp insurance, and in order to support this org here, they have to have 25 people in that building.
Right, and so you can't have it both ways. Either you have the 25 people and you pay them, you get the workman's comp insurance, or you don't have enough people to staff the org.
And you close it.
And you close it.
Darn. There is another one here. It's a mission, but that one's really hard because I don't want to get that one from the road. You can't really protest because it's a really main road. So it's really hard, and I feel bad because it's like it's in a big old building full of different offices, and I don't want to bother other people like in those offices. I don't want to make enemies. So
So at the mission, it's just a bunch of other small businesses. Okay. Right. Yeah.
And I'm nosy. I'm nosy. So when I'm up at the org and the DoorDash guy comes and I'm like, oh, who is that for? They're like, oh, it's for Pamela, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
Thank you.
In that building.
Yep.
So then I get their names.
Yeah, and who's there on the day? Yeah. Once you establish their name, you can establish whether or not they're there by asking DoorDash.
Yep. So we've got Rob, Laura, Pamela, Lynn. I sent someone in the org with a hidden camera. They didn't even catch it. Idiots.
Nice.
So
nice.
And
this is a good idea.
They came out and they gave me all of their big old pile of bullshit stuff, and we just keep it going. They've got another informant coming in soon.
That's fantastic.
For that personality test that they just hung their sign up for.
Right. Yeah.
So neighbors are in on it. Like it's we've got
fantastic.
So there's more staff members than students, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's never more than like maybe 7 or 8 cars there. Graduation night, there's only like 10.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. I think it's the same in Austin, pretty much. It's all staff, no students. And they try to cycle people in to look like students, and they're Scientologists. Because we've seen them before. We've seen them working at the org before, and they try to make them look, oh wow, I just got this pamphlet, and I'm being completely won over here. Wow.
Yeah, I seen a recent picture on their Twitter, and I know everybody on that picture except for 2 people.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm doing good.
Nice.
Absolutely.
When I call their names out, but I always ask them how their food is.
Now, I love how the ideal orgs have big ass parking lots, and you can sort of hide. Like in Vegas, you wouldn't know if there was a lot of people in there or not from the other side of the building. But when you come up the road that the parking lot's on, it's a huge parking lot to have 3 cars. Okay. It's it looked ridiculous.
That is so sad.
Well, and a lot of people think that like the org is shut down, but it's really not. What they do is they have 20 spaces up top, and they have 60 spaces down below. Why I know this is because I went and paid for the property report, and I know where each of their offices are. I know where their chapel is. I know everything. So if I want to yell at Pamela, I'll go around to her office out front. Because I'm nosy.
I love it. They gotta be getting sick of you.
Well, right. Yeah, it's exactly what we need. Yeah, they must.
That's fantastic.
Oh, do you need some charge?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if you want,
I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna stop. Not now. Not anytime. I was sitting here thinking, how they're sending, bundles of goodies to family members. They're not gonna find many of mine because most of mine are dead. So.
I love it.
And anyone that is alive, if they tell me, you know, why are you doing this, I'll just tell them.
Oh.
Exactly.
That's my favorite word.
Just tell them that it's human nature.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because you know when the people have not been to the cult because they'll park up top, and then they'll be like, oh, they'll come back down, and I'm like, you don't want to go down there, you don't want to go down there, and if they start to go down, I'll be like, get in your cult. We don't care.
Yeah.
But
no.
I mean, you'll see me go from 0 to 60 on my live if I see a child. If I see a child, I'm going to flip out. And there's nothing I can do about that. I can't.
It's the most depressing thing. I have like a sadness followed by anger reaction, but it's so sad to see like the strollers and, you know, freaking kids being carted in there and just at the beginning of their existence, and they have no resistance, and you know that they're in for probably a childhood that exactly, that's going to be ripped away from their hands and not as good as it ever could be.
The other day, last week, Meatball Chick was yelling about kids are not adults till they're 18, you know, because we have signs and stuff out there. And this kid goes, I'm an adult. He's like 8 years old.
Oh, no.
And she goes, no, you're not an adult till you're 18. And he goes, yeah, I can show you proof.
Oh, no.
And I go over there, I'm like, you're not a fucking adult.
I do not want to know what that proof even could be.
I don't even know. I don't even know either. Like,
yeah, it doesn't sound.
Ripped him so quick.
Oh.
Body routed him right out of there, huh?
Yep.
Gross.
Ripped him right inside those doors. I mean, I'm sure he's in trouble. But I caught that MF on his way on out.
The people in the church, they're so used to treating kids like adults and all that like when I was 13 and there's one of my friends who was in the academy would take me out to lunch sometimes, and he was like probably late 30s, and he was a waiter and at a fancy restaurant in Beverly Hills and stuff, and he would talk to me like I'm 38, right? And we'd be eating, and every once in a while it would hit me like someone would be like I'm talking stink eye, like, what the fuck is going on over here? Like, why would you be talking to this kid like that?
Yeah.
You know, and it wouldn't hit me till later, and sometimes not at all, because I'm so used to it, right? Yeah. But it was if you're 38 talking to a 13-year-old about 38-year-old shit, it sounds pretty weird.
Yes. Absolutely.
Not in Scientologyville, but at a restaurant, at a deli, it sounds really fucking weird. And I could tell he almost got into a couple little hassles and had to remember, like, I need to shut the fuck up till we get back into the, you know, because they'll literally just come out with some 38-year-old business, like I have a comment about it, or what do I think about it? I don't think about anything but rolling up boogers and flicking them off, you know, my finger.
Yes.
So, but I could talk to you about LRH in a way that you couldn't. So I have this stupid respect coming from some stupid shit that means nothing, but yet I can't really comment on anything you're talking about because I'm 13. You see? So that's another weird ass thing that happens in Scientology, where you'll see, you know, you just let you'll pick up stuff like, you didn't just say what the fuck I think. I mean, what did you just say to that kid?
Right.
You know, like, what? You know. But anyway, that is a sick part of it, a real sick part of it.
Yeah, well, we found out all were not welcome. My wife got kicked out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be true.
But I was able to put 2 names to faces, so with my informant that went in with the spy cam. So.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's totally worth it. Yeah.
It was worth it. And then to get their bullshit so I could, you know, yell it out at them and tell them, you know, how false it is. You know, I go out there with my booklets. and then I get on my, little bullhorn that they don't like, that they've tried on multiple occasions to get it taken away from me.
Of course.
Too bad it's not against the law.
Nice.
Shucky dang darn.
You sound doing good.
I'm super sad I can't hang flyers.
I got more respect for Utah than ever.
Yeah. Didn't know that. The megaphone lives. All right.
Yep, megaphone lives. Yeah, you can have them. Can't attach them to any vehicle. Has to be within the decibel, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But it was really funny when the officer, they were calling, and they had like a gay pride thing downtown. They were so busy. They just kept calling. So the officer come back and he was like, "Will you just not use it?" And I was like, "Do you realize my voice is louder than this?"
Yes.
And he's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah. Here, let me show you." And
exactly.
I pulled out, and he was like, "That's what they want." I'm like, "We got this."
Yeah, that's right. You could get the voice.
Pearl snappy voice, like it will echo in between their buildings, rattle their windows.
Oh wow, yeah.
So, yeah.
Good thing they're not filming on that day, or it would be really problematic.
Yeah, I could go a block away and they'd still freaking hear me loud and clear. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I told the cop, I said, "Do you realize my voice is above the decibel level? Like just me talking?" And he was like,
"Yeah,
that's what they want." I'm like, "Okay."
Yep.
So yeah, it's just,
they can have it.
And I just told him okay until he gave me some, little penal codes or whatever. I told him okay for the day, just so I could look up the penal codes, do my, research, and then I come to find out that they were bullshit penal codes. So I said, "Oh, okay." So I went back, and then the sergeant on live stream said, "There's nothing against it as long as you're within the time frame and within the decibel level." And I thought, okay.
Oh yeah. I would have that sergeant on a clip. You could play that back to his underlings. Here's what your sergeant says.
Yeah. Yep. So
that's not a bad idea, by the way.
Really nice. I've had detectives out there. The detectives had to respond because the cops were busy.
Yep.
But yeah, they're fun. They're very unbiased.
Yeah.
They do their job. And that's what I really do appreciate of the police department.
Right on.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for doing everything you do. Thank you for being on the show. And any shout outs or anything?
Oh, where'd she go?
I don't know.
No. She's welcome to come back to say goodbye. Oh, wow.
So nice hanging in there. I appreciate it so much. And I know it doesn't, the show must go on, whether it's Thursdays at 2:09 or Thursdays at 2, we're going to get there.
Yes.
We're going to do it. It's all good.
Yeah. On the wide open American road, it still happened with a technical issue or two or whatever, but I think we did better once we started using Pearl Snappy's hotspot.
Perfect.
And she's back. If we could briefly say goodbye properly, what do you think? Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
Welcome back.
So
you got to let us finish kissing your ass before you leave.
That's right.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Selfless.
No problem.
Girl, I love you. You're amazing.
Back at you.
You're one of my idols. When Selfless
Same here.
It was like, "Babe, is this the real Selfless?" So but
well, it's a mutual admiration society because I'm the one who told him to.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for having me on here. I enjoy doing what I'm doing, and I'm not going to stop. So
great.
Let the cult go down.
Yeah, we need you out there. Absolutely.
Good job. Wonderful work.
So, my next mission is we're going downtown. We're handing out flyers, and
yes.
we will be at the state fair to look for body
Good one.
routers. And,
Yeah, good idea.
shut them down and get them out.
Seriously, great idea.
That's our next
Great
big,
work.
big projects. So,
Looking forward to that.
okay.
Well,
Thanks.
thank you for everything you do. And thanks for being here.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Wow. Like a shoestring catch of a show, and but a stellar one. These guests were amazing.
Next week we got 2 more A-listers, and it's all booked up. You know who it is. Going to be a absolute fire show as well. So
Heck yeah.
We want to book this out a couple 2-3 weeks whenever possible. So anyone out there listening, if you're a streamer, whether you have exactly 0 subs or 100,000, feel free to email either one of us and let us know that you're interested, and we'd love to have you on. The whole point of this is so people can see you and we can spread that shine, and make sure people get some, at the very minimum, some nice golf claps or something, to make them feel better about what they're doing. And I know for me, it made a huge difference just to get a comment here or there that said, "Hey, good job, dude." And you're like, all right, I can keep going.
Same. And I mean, just doing this show for me is therapeutic. It's great to see, the celebration of the positive aspects and people in this community and what they're doing. It lifts my heart no matter what the heck noise is going on. Once we get going, all of that goes away, and it's like a bit of anti-Scientology Christmas.
I mean, if you think about it, the reason why I get goosebumps from this show is because it was only 100 days ago that I came by to say thanks.
Oh my God! Wow!
Is this crazy or what? You know what I mean?
It's really crazy.
We're becoming the change we want to see. We're making this shit happen. As a community, we're an amazing pain in the ass, and it's only going to get better. And as long as we can just keep pulling up everybody and just keep pushing these people up and pulling these people up, there's no stopping us. As long as we can do that, there's no stopping us.
Completely agreed. It's really an honor to do any of this work, and like any protesting, if we can help anybody out in their mission to take down Scientology, it's just such a good day if I can do that. So
totally.
So this has been a good day.
Yeah. This is almost like I can understand the therapy part. Like, and I got the chills. Like I said, I was watching you and Fluffer talk, and I was just like, this is so fucking weird, because these are the 2 people that are literally responsible for me being here. And it's a show with me on it. The whole thing makes no sense. It's fucking amazing.
And the other thing is, like, it's not just a show with you on it, but I'd have to say, a lot of the best ideas in this show came from you. And,
thanks.
and the heart in the mission statement, as well. I'm glad to be in any way involved. Thank you so much for keeping this going.
I think we have a lot of good shows ahead of us, and I think
indeed.
This is we're just gonna get better. We're gonna get better. I'm gonna buy a mic and a light before you know it. I mean, watch this space. You know what I mean?
Indeed. I will be definitely with rapt attention. Yeah, let's get Mr. Raider a light and a mic. That's a good mission.
You're not gonna believe this. Nancy Alley helped me. She's so fucking awesome, and she helped me with my Amazon wish list. And you have to understand, I'm an absolute fucktard. I don't know what I'm doing, and she was so nice. Like, because I need someone to just be like, okay, step 1, my name is your name here, right?
Yes.
And it worked me down. So now I'm all the way. I've done it all, except now I have to actually go spend a minute on Amazon, I guess that I got to put something on there so that I can then like make it go to my site or something. So in other words, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that is the one step. Yeah, that linky. I needed help with that one too.
but I really feel like a monkey off my back too, because I've had so many people ask me that so many times, and I'm just like, oh shit, I got to get this done. And and there's so many people in this community that are so amazing, and are just like, and she was even like, I understand, you know, we're gonna rock this special needs, no problem. I got you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. And like, and I'm already panicking. And she's like, don't panic. You know, breathe and just click that. You know,
Yes.
like, it was so perfect.
Absolutely. And I'm sure there are a bunch of people, you know, out there that want to get you the gear that you need to do your protest. So, absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you get a list.
I'm ecstatic about what's coming up, and I think we have some really impressive stuff. I think this is literally giving the cult, you know, they might have a couple week breather because I can't go out in this 100-degree nonsense.
Oh yeah.
But as soon they better be watching the temperatures, because when it gets to 89 or less, it's on like Donkey Kong. You know?
That's right. And it's going to be very many months of that for a little while. Where
it's going nuts from that.
Yeah, this fall I think this movement's going to come back with a very positive vengeance.
Yeah, they better buy a big jar of Advil over there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the sugar-coated ones. Right.
Well, listen, you guys get back on it. Be super safe. Drive slow.
Thank you so much.
And I know you got a long way to go, so just be patient, be safe, and I'll see you guys soon.
I absolutely need both of those reminders, so thank you. And we'll take that.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I love you guys. You take good care, and I'll see you soon.
Too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Whoop. What did I do?
Hiya!